You feel weak, but it's not what you think. You have been misled. The world taught you that weakness means a lack of strength, a lack of discipline, a lack of motivation. That sounds logical. It's also wrong. Weakness is not what happens when you don't have power. It's what happens when you never use it. And that difference is everything. Because right now, you don't feel strong. You feel behind, slow, heavy, hesitant. You wake up tired. You overthink simple decisions. You avoid things you know you should do. You scroll instead of act. And somewhere in the background of your mind, there's a quiet thought. What happened to me? You weren't always like this. You used to feel sharper, more alive, more capable. Now even small tasks feel large. And you assume the problem is internal. You assume something is broken. But what if the problem isn't inside you? What if it's the environment shaping you? There is an ancient principle, older than psychology, older than philosophy, that explains why you feel weak in a world designed for comfort. Most people forgot it, but your nervous system didn't. That's why you feel this tension. Look carefully at your life. Food without hunger, entertainment without effort, validation without achievement, noise without silence. You are constantly stimulated but rarely challenged. Your body is comfortable. Your mind is distracted. Your responsibilities are negotiable, and your discomfort is optional. This feels like freedom. It's not. It's erosion, because you are not built for permanent ease. You are built for resistance. When resistance disappears, something inside you begins to shrink, not visibly, internally. Your posture softens. Your decisions slow down. Your confidence weakens, not because you lack ability, but because ability requires pressure. You cannot feel strong in a frictionless life. It's impossible. Ancient cultures understood this. They didn't protect young men from difficulty. They initiated them into it. Think of Heracles. He wasn't powerful because he was comfortable. He was powerful because he was burdened. 12 labors, each one heavier than the last. Not random tasks. Calibrations. Each challenge forced him to confront fear, chaos, exhaustion. Each trial reshaped him. Without the labors, he would have remained raw strength, unrefined, directionless, potential without proof. Modern life removed the labors but kept the expectations. You are expected to be confident, disciplined, stable, productive. But you are rarely tested. An untested strength feels like weakness. You think confidence is a personality trait. It isn't. Confidence is stored evidence. Evidence that you endured something difficult and survived. When was the last time you deliberately chose something hard? Not busy, hard. When was the last time you faced something that made your heart race and didn't escape it? Most of your discomfort today is avoidable, and you avoid it. That's normal. The problem is what avoidance does to your identity. Every time you avoid something difficult, your mind records it, not consciously but deeply. It registers. I step back. Do that enough times and your internal narrative shifts from capable to hesitant, from decisive to doubtful, from strong to weak. Weakness is not a lack of power. It is accumulated avoidance. Picture Atlas holding the sky. Most people see punishment. Look again. Atlas stands upright, braced, engaged, defined by the weight he carries. What happens if you remove the sky? He collapses. Not because he is weak, but because strength requires something heavy. You cannot build resilience without resistance. You cannot build identity without responsibility. And you cannot feel powerful in a life that asks nothing of you. Maybe what you call weakness is the absence of weight. Modern comfort is subtle. It doesn't destroy you dramatically. It softens you gradually. You sleep a little longer, delay a difficult conversation, avoid physical strain, escape into entertainment, postpone responsibility. None of these feel catastrophic, but together they reshape you. Your nervous system becomes unfamiliar with stress. Your body forgets strain. Your mind avoids confrontation. And then when real difficulty appears, you feel overwhelmed. Not because you're incapable, but because you're untrained. You were never meant to feel strong in still water. You were meant to feel strong in current. Here's the forgotten principle. Hardship is not harm. It is alignment. Your system expects resistance. When it doesn't get it, it begins to malfunction. Restlessness increases. Anxiety rises. Motivation drops. Not because you need more inspiration, but because you need more friction. You don't lack energy, you lack engagement. You don't lack strength, you lack pressure. And without pressure, potential decays into self-doubt. Look at your current struggles: procrastination, overthinking, fear of judgment, fear of responsibility. These are not character flaws, they are symptoms of underexposure. When you rarely confront discomfort, discomfort becomes larger than it is. Your imagination inflates it. Your body resists it. Your identity retreats from it. The cure is not positive thinking, it's exposure, measured, intentional, repeated. Cold mornings, difficult workouts, focused work without distraction, uncomfortable honesty, taking responsibility when it would be easier to blame. Each one sends a signal to your system. I can carry weight. That signal accumulates, and slowly your internal narrative shifts again. You don't feel weak because you're broken. You feel weak because you have no recent memory of overcoming something hard. Strength is experiential. It must be rehearsed daily. Small doses. Consistent strain. This is why ancient societies built rituals, trials, initiations. Not to punish, but to shape identity. Modern life removed the ritual, so now you must design your own. Not extreme, not self-destructive, deliberate. Choose one difficult thing each day. Do it fully, without negotiation, without escape. Let your body feel strain. Let your mind feel resistance. Stay there. That is where alignment begins. If you feel weak right now, that is not failure. That is awareness. It means something inside you knows you were built for more. Numb people don't feel weak. They feel nothing. You feel tension. That tension is potential pressing against comfort. It is your system asking for weight, and that is a powerful place to stand. You are not behind. You are under-challenged. You are not incapable. You are underloaded. There is strength inside you that has not been tested recently. An untested strength feels like doubt, but it doesn't have to stay that way. Start small. Choose friction. Lift something heavy. Sit in silence without reaching for distraction. Finish what you begin. Have the conversation you've been postponing. Wake up when you said you would, not for appearance, not for approval, for calibration. Because every act of chosen difficulty rewrites the story you tell yourself, from avoidance to endurance, from hesitation to agency, from weakness to weight-bearing. You were never meant to feel powerful in comfort. You were meant to feel powerful under strain. And that is something you can begin reclaiming today. You are not weak. You are untested. And that is a condition you can change quietly, deliberately, one chosen hardship at a time. If this message resonated with you, subscribe to The Ancient Mind for more explorations of ancient wisdom applied to modern struggle, and begin strengthening the part of you the modern world convinced you to ignore.